Hey everybody, Captain Foley with you today. If you caught my video yesterday, I talked a little bit about my Raytheon lighting experiment that I did here with my one nacelle. I used regular masking tape and masked that off, and I can see for the other three nacelles, or the other three halves I have to do, I'm going to have to use green painter's tape instead of regular masking tape for this very reason. Now, it's not the biggest deal in the world, simply because I know this is a repeat for a lot of you guys, and I apologize, but some of you might not have seen it, so I'm just going to quickly show it here. Get the Raytheon lighting effect behind it, and it looks pretty good. I'm just going to get some sandpaper and sand this down a bit to diffuse the light. This one should be fine. I think I have enough light blocking on it. Actually, no, I don't. See right there. I'm going to have to spray another coat or two on here just to get all that cleaned up. Yeah, so these little LED lights for the computer are really great. I got this at IKEA for like $1.50 or $2 or something. It's just a long, flexible LED light that plugs into your USB. And considering how my computer is right there, it's really handy, especially for checking for light leads, etc. But it's also looks like Bob Barker's microphone from The Price is Right. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. Help control the pet population. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to get one of these, I don't know, you can probably buy them online at any kind of factory direct place, whatever, or IKEA, and just a couple bucks. Very cool. It's even got the IKEA brand on it. IKEA. So cool for lighting effects. So I'm going to do a quick sand down of this and check how it looks against a light. Like I said, I'm going to have to do another layer of paint or two for light blocking purposes, but that's fine because I'm going to cut new, I already cut the blanks out of clear plastic that I can use to trace onto the green painter's tape that I got. I got some really good quality stuff at, how did I get that? Lowe's. Yes, Lowe's. And so that should not leave any residue, or nor should it have this problem where there's a little bit of leakage underneath the tape. Got to make sure you put it down very well also. Now this is Painter's Mate Green. Right there. I'm told that from the guy at Lowe's this is really good stuff, so we're going to have to see. Yeah, I don't know. No, a lot of you guys use different kinds. I've seen Painter's Blue. I've seen like 3M stuff, which is really good. But I thought I'd try this out because I was at the store. He suggested this, and it was like the best one that I could see anyway. So I'm going to quickly cut up 4 more blanks. One for this after I do a quick sand job. I want to see how it looks, and then 3 for the other. So you have them ready to go on the regular masking tape. And you just use any piece of glass or mirror, because when you put masking tape or painter's tape on glass, it will not diminish the adhesiveness. So you can stick it on there, cut it out, and then it's just as sticky to put right on the plastic. So I just got an old compact here that my wife wasn't using anymore, broke the top off. I've also got a little square of mirror that you can buy like at a dollar store, and I just put electrical tape around the edge just so I don't cut myself, because it was a pretty sharp edge. Oh, look at that. Like, that's trippy. Ooh. Looking at you, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. Anyway, so I'm going to quickly do that, get these blanks cut out, and do the sanding, and we're going to see how that looks, okay? So I'll be right back. Now, just another quick tip that I learned from Dave Blappy, the guy that I promoted yesterday. on my site. He does resin model kits. In case you missed yesterday's video, check it out. But he offered me a tip as far as sanding goes. In case you missed yesterday's video, here's his information. I'll wait. Check it out. Anyway, when you are sanding, so you don't, if you're sanding a seam or anything, you put painter's tape on any adjoining surface that you don't want to have sanded. It'll help prevent scuffing the paint on the section that you're obviously not working on. So just a great quick little tip that I thought you guys would like to share. And David, I don't know if I should call you Blappy. I know it's kind of your nickname, but I don't know if I'm allowed to call you that yet. So leave a comment in the comments below, or just next time you see me, just tell me. But from that, I guess if I can, I'm going to call you Blappy until I know otherwise. So just let me know, yes or no. That'd be great. So just going to do a quick sand job here. I only have 120 grit right now, which I think might be a little too harsh for this. So we're going to have to see how this goes. That's the other tip he told me. Always have a little dish of water handy so you can do wet sanding, because it doesn't leave a mess like dry sanding does, and you don't get any residue on your sandpaper, which I haven't been doing, and I just remembered that fact as of right now. So I'm going to quickly get a quick little tray full of water, and we're going to do some wet sanding, see how that goes. So like I said, I've already learned a lot from him, and I am going to be doing some away mission vlogs from his workshop very soon, so that you can like see him, check out his work. He's a great guy, and yeah, definitely check out his website. I'll put a link to the description. I'll put the link in the description below again, so check it out. And thank you for doing that for me. So yeah, I'm going to get some water, and we're going to do some wet sanding. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got my wet sanding done. Just use a little bit of water in any kind of little container, and that way you don't get as much mess and it doesn't mess up your sandpaper. Alright, so that's kind of what the Raytheon lighting is going to look like shape wise. Like I said, I do still need to do some more light blocking on this, but I'm going to use actual painter's tape this time instead of masking tape, so we don't get that messy edge. That's going to look pretty good. And as you can see here, the placement of the registry number is going to be perfect, and that's what the right shape for the light. So looking good so far. Okay, so got my blanks traced out on the masking tape, 4 of them, and then I'm going to cut them up with the X-Acto knife on the glass so that it doesn't lose any adhesiveness, and then we're going to get those quick on the cells and get ready to go. Okay, so I had to actually redraw them a little bit further down because I have this folded over so that I can get it off here easily, and it was going to have an edge where the tape overlaps. So that's not a problem, just I had to mark off where I did it. I already have it put back on here. What I think I'm going to do, well, first things first, I'm going to make sure it's pushed down way better than it was. And a little bit of a odd shape there. I'm going to slice it off and get that fixed up. Do a quick removal there. This kind of thing isn't a big deal if it's a little bit ununiform as far as shape goes, because it's supposed to be light. Chances are all the engines will be slightly different. Plus, after I've applied a few coats of paint and then I sand it off, these little imperfections aren't going to be that noticeable anyway. So, and it's good to have a little mirror like this that you can kind of just turn around. Okay, I actually filmed cutting out the other ones, and the clip didn't actually work out so well, so I'm just going to redo it. The one I cut out was bad shape. I kind of screwed up the straight edge, but what I was saying was it's best to have a surface that you can rotate while you're cutting. It makes doing rounded edges like this a lot easier. So having a little mirror serves two purposes. It keeps the adhesion on the masking tape, and it allows you to cut out the curved surface a lot easier. And you just remove the excess and you got a perfect blank. Now I might have to do a little bit of trimming, but you get the main idea. I'm going to apply them on the nacelle now and show you how that's done, and yeah, I'll see you in 1 second. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just checking the placement on this one that already has it placed perfectly, and put it roughly corresponding on the inside. Use your little light here, and you make sure that it's going to look good. It's kind of up at the back here, so I need to kind of fix that issue. So just going to... Okay, so the back part here was angled up a little bit. It's kind of funny. So we're just going to rotate it down a little bit. Let's see how that looks now. Okay, that looks a lot better for placement. Trying to compare it with the one over there. Looking good, and it's nice and straight now, so just going to make sure it's really on there so I don't get any paint leaking underneath it like I did on the cheap masking tape. Push it down really good. Just do another quick check, make sure it's in some spots, which it is. Okay, good. So we're just going to have to repeat that process on the next two nacelles with these, and yeah, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I got these all on each nacelle. Just line them up with the ones here that are already established, as that's how they're supposed to be. Get them lined up properly, and you just got to make sure that each one looks roughly the same, and we're looking pretty good. I had to do a little bit of adjustment on this one, but it's looking good now. And of course, the next step is push it down really, really well so that we don't get any paint leaking underneath like we did on that cheap masking tape. And then here's the last one. We're going to check it out too. Actually, like this. So you can kind of see that they're the same. It's got this is where the fin goes, fin here, and they're about the same. That's actually better than right there. So those are all done now. I'm ready to be painted. I'm going to have to do the light blocking layer. I'm probably going to have to do 2 or 3 layers of black. I don't know if I'm going to do any gold on the inside of the warp engines. I'll probably just do the gloss black. We're going to see how that goes. And then of course we're going to have to paint the clear parts. I don't know if I'm going to paint them blue or not, because the lights that I'm actually getting are UV, so it's going to have that correct purple glow. So I don't know when the warp engines are off. I might have to paint back here on the inside of this one. I might have to paint it white so that when they're on, really shows the color, but I don't know how it's going to look when it's off. So we're going to have to play around with that, and I'm going to check some videos online, see what other people have done, because like I said, I'm not a pro, I'm an amateur, and I'm still learning, but I got to get this looking right. Even when it's off, it's got to look good. I don't want to be looking inside the engine through a clear piece of plastic. So anyway, I think that's it for right now. Okay guys, so the Raytheon lighting setup is ready to go. I'm just going to apply the light blocking layers to these. I'm going to hold on to my clear blank just in case I need it down the road. Hopefully I won't. But the next time you see these, they're going to be light blocked. There's no sense me showing you the process. It's just spray painting them. And yeah, other than that, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and also thanks to Dave for those a few tips regarding wet sanding, as well as using painter's tape to block off any sections that you don't want sanded, which are right next to the seam that you're sanding. So anyway, check out his website. I'll have the link in the description below, and thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is Captain Foley signing off. Bye-bye, guys.